A Bradley County man says his front lawn is being destroyed by his neighbors. He says they're using it as an alley to get to their homes.
And he says this has caused him to file several police reports against those neighbors. Xavier Harris says the man has built a fence around his home, and that's why he's being sued by the city.
Right now, I'm standing in Wade Cash's front yard. As you can see, his car is parked in his driveway. But that isn't the problem. He says over the last 3 years, his neighbors have driven in this small area of his front yard, and he says it has caused thousands of dollars worth of damage to his property. This is a video taken by Wade Cash of his neighbor driving their car through his front yard.
Some people don't have any respect whatsoever for property or property value.
Cash says he and his wife bought the home and the lot across from it on Southeast 9th Street in 2019. He says the first night they stayed in the home, the problems began.
Woke up, somebody beating on our door.
He says it was his neighbor.
He was wanting us to move our cars so he could bring in a wrecked car.
Over the next 4 years, he says cars from the same neighbor's house would drive through the area, park in his yard, and even destroy his grass.
So I contacted the city because he was claiming there was some kind of claim that he had to come through here.
Cash says he's filed countless police reports due to threats he received from neighbors. He says after going to the city, tax assessor, and code enforcer, not much had been done. Afraid for his family's safety, he installed a fence around his home, but that didn't come without trouble.
And the city turned around and sued us over the fence.
According to the lawsuit, his fence is an obstruction to a public alleyway, preventing residents from accessing their property. But Cash says when they went to court the first time, a judge threw the case out.
And he said, there's nothing here. There's no alley. This doesn't meet the standards for the alley for the city of Cleveland. It's not paved. There's no easements. There's no utilities back here.
According to the city's Appendix C zoning ordinance, any body of water in Cleveland has to have a 25-foot buffer zone.
It destroys the water filtration system in the creek. And by TDOT, you can't drive close to the creek. It's got to be built up. It has to have, some substrate. It has to have gravel. It has to be found. It has to be a road. It has to have a 90-foot turnaround if you're going to dead in it.
Cass says not only does having folks drive through his lawn cost him money and damages, it's also a safety hazard.
My wife almost got hit by their son's motorcycle. They fly through here. The guy on the motorcycle almost hit her out working in the yard.
He says if something isn't done, he will have no choice but to sell his home, which he doesn't believe will be easy.
There's not going to be a driveway to the house. So I don't know how the bank will feel about not being able to access their property that they have a lien against.
I tried speaking to the neighbor in question, but when I went to his home, no one was there. As for what's next, Cass says he and the city will go in front of a judge on August 23rd. Reporting in Bradley County, I'm Xavier Harris, Local 3 News.